Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to talk about how organizational structure affects project management. Whether you're just starting as a project manager or already worked in the field for a number of years, I hope that you'll find this information useful and learn something new. In this presentation, we will take a look at different types of organizations by culture and style, various organizational structures, and how companies and project managers grow by means of knowledge transfer. Organizational culture and style are more qualitative than quantitative in their nature, meaning that they're easy to describe but very hard to measure. Since it's hard to measure those, let's try describing organizational culture as a concept. Organizational culture affects how a company manages its projects. Some organizations foster a strong project management culture, while others keep project managers on the back burner and let the functional managers lead the effort. That, however, largely depends on company traditions and values. Organizational culture develops in the course of trial and errors. Companies that learn from their mistakes and improve processes last longer on the market. Lessons learned from their successes and mistakes shape operations and standards. There's really two factors that shape company culture: time and shared experiences, as well as internal and external standards. Sometimes internal standards come to life as a product of organizational culture. Culture changes over time, especially when companies go through the ramp up and ramp down stages of company life cycle. Organizational culture, like many qualitative things, is not something that can fall into a specific category. It's better to say that culture falls between the two different points on a spectrum. The spectrum ranges from formal, think of a military organization, to informal, like a microbrewery, a grocery store, or a little coffee shop. And just like company culture, company structures do not exactly fall into just two distinct categories. In this table, let me grab my laser pointer. In this table, columns are showing organizational structures, organizations by their structure. You have a functional, different variations of matrixed, and a projectized organization. More often than not, companies will be a combination of those categories, with some areas being more projectized and other areas more matrixed. Depending on your company culture and style, the structure will either empower you as a project manager or minimize your effort to get the work done and still get paid. In the leftmost column, you see a distribution of power in a functional organization. Project manager has little to no authority. Resources at your disposal are minimal, practically non-existent. Functional manager is in the center of the action. He manages the budget, gives out orders, determines the scope of work. In such organizations, your effort as a project manager will be minimal, but so will be your opportunity for professional growth. To contrast that, in the rightmost column is an example of a projectized organization. Project managers make and break projects here. You're in charge of the budget, the resources, and likely spend many hours gathering, analyzing, and optimizing information. This kind of organization is a perfect place for someone who wants to learn and grow fast. Now, there's trade-offs. You will have to plan your vacations way in advance, and you'll be in a lot of meetings explaining to higher-ups what's going on. I actually work in an organization like that. In the middle, you have different kinds of matrixed organizations. Your authority as a project manager ranges from low in a weak matrix to even up to high in a strongly matrixed organization. The type of organization is common for the matrixed organization is very common for companies that find themselves in the early and mid stages of growth. If you find yourself in a matrixed organization, you can pretty much write your own story. Here, strong players score rewards and poor performers will only get away with slacking for a short period of time. This table is shown as is from PMBOK, also known as Project Management Bible. I added a bottom line row to give you an idea of a workload that you may expect depending on where you choose to work. If you want to work hard and grow fast, go to a highly projectized organization. If you've been there, done that, and seeking a slower pace work, functional organization is right for you. Now let's take a closer look at the hierarchy of a functional and matrixed organization so we can get a better understanding of the power distribution in those. This is a model of a functional organization. In most cases, functional orgs are headed by a chief executive, technical, and/or operations officer. Executive officers in functional organizations make decisions based on the information conveyed to them by the functional manager. As we have seen in previous chart, functional managers in these organizations hold all decision-making power. Project coordinations happen on this level. You probably already noticed that there is not even a dedicated spot for a project manager in a place like this. PMs in functional organizations typically find themselves as a part of staff or a technical monitor and have very little say in what the scope of project should be, what can be changed along the way, and pretty much have no power over project's budget. And this is a model of a functional organization. You still have your CEO, CTO, or COO at the top. However, the next line over, you have project managers gathering information, determining budgets, schedules, you lead kickoff meetings, conduct the follow-ups, basically drive project from inception to completion. In a projectized organization, the role of project manager is very involved. Chief officers are often understanding of the expected workload and assign staff to aid project managers in leading teams toward executing projects. Projectized organizations is a perfect opportunity for someone who wants to see fast professional growth. Your responsibility is not just to lead the team, you also have to gather, analyze, and present the data to your leadership so they can make educated and beneficial higher level decisions. Regardless of the organizational style, companies are always hungry for information. The more quality information you have, the better decisions you can make for your team and your company. It is critical to ensure that the right information is gathered and transferred to the relevant role. Let's take a closer look at the knowledge transfer. For you to succeed in the role of project manager, you must first identify the right data to be collected throughout the duration of the project. Not all data is a must-have. I recommend that you work closely with your program manager to identify information critical to ensure knowledge transfer within your company. Financial data is always used to measure project and program's performance. If the data shows that money is well spent, there are few or no overruns, that means you're doing something right as a project manager. Configuration management captures and manages technical data relevant to the project. When you develop a new project, it's wise to keep templates used in the process and the final 3D model or code. Some organizations actually hire dedicated configuration managers just to ensure the right data is captured, stored, and available for use when needed. Historical information is a broad term for everything that is not already captured in financial and technical database. Meeting notes, expired agreements, all drawings, so on. Process management in itself is a set of procedures and guidelines used to develop and deliver a product without needing to reinvent the wheel each time there is an effort. Processes become more cost-effective where right data is captured and fed to the process management. Sometimes, in the routine development of a product for a customer, new and unexpected things happen. These findings may or may not be quantifiable. If you can quantify the finding and apply it to the process, it must be recorded and incorporated. Qualitative findings, on the other hand, are a bit more tricky. Qualitative information is best to be recorded in lessons learned and further analyzed after the project is complete. As you can see, there's a lot of different subcategories of knowledge that is required for you and your company to operate effectively. Managing knowledge transfer is just as crucial as it is to put a child through the school system if you want them to grow up into a successful adult. To summarize, organizational culture has a direct influence on what you can and cannot do as a project manager. Your workload demand will be different depending on what type of organization you'll find yourself in. You'll be expected to know a lot more and make decisions a lot faster in a projectized organizational. Functional organizations will likely limit your decision-making powers, and matrixed organizations will give you freedom to write your own adventure. Learning how to capture accurate and relevant information will be one of the most critical skills that will help you and your team grow over time. And who knows, possibly even introduce some changes into company culture. This concludes our lecture on how organizational culture affects project management. Thank you so much for watching this video. Your feedback is very important to me because I actually want to read your comments and make future videos more interesting to watch. Please let me know what you think of this video and my channel in the comment section. Hit like and subscribe if you would like to learn more about the fundamentals and the advanced concepts of project management. Good luck, and I'll see you in the next video.